Good evening, Europe. This sounds a little bit like a Eurovision Song Contest. Good evening, Europe. Good afternoon, South America. I'm happy that I can see that already a big number of people are joining us, and I can see already some regards from different people from different parts of the world for our guest today, which I will be very happy to read to him later on. Um, I really hope that you are all going to enjoy this new time that we will have now from now on. This is the first time that we are doing the show on Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock. A lot of people sent messages that they are very happy that we are going a little bit later and that we are doing it in the middle of the week because many people now already work normally and the shows have started. As you know, last Saturday there was a first show in Serbia after the lockdown. I think it was the first international show in Europe after the pandemic, and people say that everything went very well. So let's hope in 14 days it's going to be the same. News about that. I'm really excited today, and I spoke a little bit last night with my guest, and I said we had now a few shows where we were discussing different topics from all around the world and online dog shows and the Brachy Brits in Netherlands. But now I think we are all a little bit tired of that. And what I want to do is in the next few weeks, I want to talk with people about dogs, about breeding, about showing, about judging, things that interest everybody who is into dogs. And I'm sure that my guest today, Mr. Ramon Podesta from Chile, is the perfect guest for this occasion. Good afternoon, Ramon.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Everything is okay here.
What?
We are
what?
in the quarantine. The curfew
Okay.
is here. So
So it's good that you say that everything is okay.
yes, because for me it's okay because I have still more time to spend with my dogs.
Yes, yes. This is what many people were saying that they loved this part. What time is now in Chile?
It's 2 o'clock
Ah, okay, perfect. So almost lunchtime.
lunchtime.
Um, yes. Okay. You have already, Ramon. We have already now over almost 150 people watching, and you have already regards from many people from all around the world. You have, let's see, Andrew Bray saying, "Have a great time, Ramon." Dio Racera saying, "Everybody in the world waiting for interview." Annika Ultuit Moy is watching, Juan Rivera, Petru Muntean, many famous dog people, Martin Crosser from South Africa. Many famous people are happy and excited to watch your interview because I know you personally for some time, and many of them know you. And I think that you can really say a lot of interesting things about this game because you are a long time in it and you have a huge experience not only as a judge but firstly as an amazing breeder for so many years. But let's just tell me quickly, Ramon, before we start with the dogs, how is now the situation in South America with the coronavirus? Because you said you are in curfew, you are in quarantine. Is it getting
Yeah.
better or it's still bad?
No, it's still bad. We are in many countries like Brazil is been very big problem. In Chile, the situation was being almost good, but now we are in the peak of the pandemic. So we have in total 2,400 people who is dead, which is a big shame. And so we hope everything will come to normal in maybe 1 month or 2 months, but it's a it's a big problem in all South America.
Yes, yes, yes. It's a problem everywhere. I mean, Europe is getting better now, but yes, I have seen that South America now is really in a bad situation. Tell me,
Yeah.
Ramon, you have answered it already before, but I will ask it once again. Do you really not miss the shows? You don't miss traveling? You don't miss judging? Do you enjoy your time at home?
I enjoy my time at home, but of course I would like to go to the shows. I would love. more, I would like to. I wish I had been in the show in Spain. So really, I miss going to the dog show.
Yes, yes,
But enjoy the time with my dogs and my puppies, and
yes.
enjoy trying to teach better the dog, to have more prepared, to do many things that I couldn't do because I don't have enough time.
Yes, I know that a lot of dog people, they say normally when you come to the dog show, sometimes you can be excused if the dog is not in perfect coat or not perfectly trained. But now after this quarantine,
Now,
I think there are no excuses. I think
no
all the
excuse.
dogs must be perfect.
Yes, no excuse at all. Has to be
Yes.
perfectly trained and in top condition.
Yes, I agree with you, Ramon. Tell me, Ramon. I will go first with you, as with all my guests, a little bit back in the past. I know that your life with the dogs started when you were only 7 years old, and it has been connected a little bit with your neighbor who was breeding boxers. Can you tell
Yes,
me a little bit about that?
yes. Well, since I was a little child, I really liked all kind of dog, all kind. Always wanted to have a dog with me. I had dogs, but they were mixed breed, and we moved to a new house, and in two house a part of my home, there was a lady who was a boxer breeder, and she don't have sons, but she liked to go to the dog show. So I was crazy looking his dog, and she take me to the first dog show when I was 7 years old. Since that time, we attend to every dog show we have in the country, and I was very fun with the boxer, but in my heart, I always liked German Shepherd. And when I was 12 years old, I was handling his dog for her, and I finished the first championship for her when I was 12 years old. So I
Great,
feel very proud and very
of
happy
course,
to do that.
of
But
course.
after that time, I continue going to the dog show and continue meeting the people in the club, and uh, I like it to learn a little more. And when I was 13 or 14 years old, I was judge assistant in the dog show. I helped to my club, the Kennel Club of Chile. In all the shows they have, I used to go to help with the ring, with everything I can do. I was able to do,
Yes,
and
yes,
I really enjoy it. And that was a world that I really love it. I like to see the dog, to see the handler, to see everything about
yes.
this world of the dog.
So you fell in love with the dog shows very early, and you still are in love. So this is probably the longest love affair of your life. The same
Yes,
for
for
many
sure.
dog people. Yes.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I read that obviously because of your neighbor, the first dog that you got was a boxer, but more or less in the same time you got also your first German Shepherd.
Yes, yes. When I was 12 years old, I always asked to my father to have as Christmas present. I wanted to have a German Shepherd. So when I was 12 years old, my father bought my first German Shepherd female with pedigree.
Hmm.
And since that, I started showing my own German Shepherd and going to all the shows. And, and I was very familiar already with all the pedigree, with the winner dogs, everything. And so
And
I think,
you started to breed also
yes,
as a
yes.
young boy.
Yes, and when I bred I owned my first champion when I was 16. Was
Hmm.
a famous dog at that time. Was his name was Clodo del Juncal,
Okay.
and he was his father was a German dog, so always has involved in German Shepherd, but with German bloodline.
Okay.
I don't prefer. I don't like the American type. Only German type. So, but was funny when I get this dog. I went to his breeder, a famous breeder, and we have to pick a puppy for which dog. There were about 4 or 5 males, and he told me, if you are interested in to have a dog, show dog, take this dog. I spent about 30 minutes, but I said, no, I will have this dog. So I didn't follow his advice, and I did my own pick.
Okay.
2 years later, when we start going to show with the dog and in adult and in all the class, always my dog defeats the dog that the breeders saw. He
So
made
that was
me
the
more
first. Yes,
me confident to have. I think I had to trust in my eye. I had to trust what I feel in, and I think it was the start.
That is very brave for a young boy. But obviously, I think it's very important in general in breeding, and when you're picking up the dog, I think it's always important to follow your heart. This is very important. Tell me, Ramon, I read also that when you started to breed, then first you were using this kennel name Rapova, but then you have changed it to von Hausmann. Can you explain the both kennel names?
Yes. Well, Rapova was the first 2 letters of my name, Ramon Podesta P.O. Valenzuela. That I make, and I use Rapova. But when I was in 1968, I met a great friend. His name was Kusnetala, and at that time I have about 6-8 dogs at my home, and I was having some problem with my father because there were too many dogs, big dogs. So my friend offered me to have a kennel. He has a big land and a kennel together. And then we changed. He said, but I cannot, 2 persons, we have to change the name of your kennel. So we changed the name to Osman, who was a French name, Osman. Mm-hmm. But as I was very involved with the German Shepherd, the president of our club, the Kennel Club de Chile, was Mr. Harold Germer, a German man. And he said to me, if you are breeding German Shepherd, you cannot be Osman, you have to be von Hausmann.
Okay.
And so I listened to him, and at that time he was my hero. I admired him. So I will say, oh, yeah, you are the boss, and I will change the name. I will have von Hausmann. That is the start of my kennel name.
Yes, because I know that many people who don't know about your past with the German Shepherds, when they see all these famous Afghans winning best in shows all around the world, they say, but why Afghans von Hausmann? You know, because they cannot find the connection. But okay, that is the answer. That is the answer to the story. Tell me, Ramon, you were breeding German Shepherds for almost 15 years. You bred more than 50 champions in the breed. Tell me just why you were so impressed by German Shepherds? Why did you choose that breed?
Well, first things, I loved his temperament. They are very nice dog. They are good guard dogs. They are your friend. When I was young, I walk everywhere every day with my German Shepherd. If I have to go to a place, I never use the bicycle. I just go with my German Shepherd. He was my friend. I feel confident with him. So I have a lot of fun with them. And to me, they are nice dogs. They are good movers. So they impress me for many things.
Yes,
So
yes. And you said just a little bit earlier, you said that you have never actually liked the American type of German Shepherds, and
yeah,
I suppose in South America, I suppose at that time most of the dogs are probably more American type than German. But you started immediately with the German lines.
yes, but no, to tell you something, in South America, in Latin America, is much more strong the German influence for German Shepherd.
Okay.
Only Mexico had a big influence from the American dogs, and there were a good breeder in Mexico for German Shepherd, but with the American type. Also the German type, but Mexico had the two different types. But in general, in South America, we have more German type, the right type.
Yes. Okay, but let's now before we move to another breed, let's finish this story about German Shepherds exactly with this right type. I mean, German Shepherds, they have always been a very popular breed, obviously, but they are also at this point facing a lot of criticism about the direction of the breed. Uh, I suppose you don't have German Shepherds anymore at home, but I suppose you still
I
follow the
still,
breed.
I still have some German Shepherd.
Oh, wonderful,
I still
wonderful.
have
Yeah.
because I need for they live at my home. There, I have a dog who is my guard dog. Is a German Shepherd. I have a Malinois as a guard dog too.
Okay.
So, but I still have and I still there in my heart.
Wonderful. Tell me, Ramon, about this criticism that is going on about the direction of the breed. Do you think that the breed is going in a good direction? Do you think that they are really becoming too extreme? Do you think that we should go a little bit back? What are your thoughts on this?
Oh, I think. Well, I have been with German Shepherd all my life. I can tell you, but I think it's a breed who is for German people is very commercial, and we have one standard, but they don't follow the standard because the dog has to be high 65 centimeters, and I have attended to the test and the exam in Germany. I have seen the dog, the measure is 68, and in the paper, they write 65. The weight is 42 kilos, and they said 38. And but that is they do that. But the problem is, if we have a standard, we have to follow the standard. We have uh, to try to breed the more close to the standard. Today, if you see a German Shepherd, the head of the German Shepherd, the plane of the head, the skull, and the nose,
Muzzle.
the
Yes.
mouth have to be parallel, and now they look like Mastin breed. So I don't agree with that. And also I feel the they changed the model. Today they said the color has to be a very rich red, but the, that explanation they do because it's like a new car. You have this car, when everybody gets similar to this car, we have a new model.
Yes.
So
Yes.
they try to people to buy a new model. But in some case, they are doing the top line are really wrong. They are too much, like the Americans said, banana back, and they have. I agree with them. They make some big problem for the rear, for the movement, for the hips. So when you have a breed, you have to try to breed a healthy breed. that is very important. And now I don't feel they are very healthy. And also, I like to compete. I like to go to a dog show and that the best dog, the best construction, the best movement, and he do a good attack, is a good temperament, has to be the best dog, has to be the winner. But in his system, the judge knows in advance which are the dog, which they produce, which are his sons, and then you run in the single show. You run for 1 hour or 2 hours with your dog, but you can have the best dog. But if this dog has not a famous son or he don't produce, you cannot be a winner. You cannot be placed in the 20 best dog. So I don't see the reason to be running and running. I have all the excitement, the emotion to be in the ring. When you know if you have even the best dog, the best construction, the best temperament, but cannot be placed. So to me, it's a kind of mixed sensation. I think is not fair for all the competitor.
Yes. So you think they have become too extreme, and especially about when we are talking, you mentioned the top lines and the rears, that there should be a little bit. We should go a little bit back and get them more healthy, let's say.
Yes. More not so extreme, not so extreme.
Yes. Okay. Before we start, Ramon, with your the next love of your life, you have Desi Murphy saying Ramon is the best. Great job, Ramon and Ante, saying Alan Resnick. Jorge Nalem saying Hola Ramon, hola Ante. Stelios Makaritis from Greece saying hello Ramon and Ante. Gerardo Paolucci saying Ramon is one of the people that I respect a lot, and many other famous dog people. I'm happy they are with us and they are watching the interview. Yes. Tell me, Ramon, after the German Shepherds, it came this big love, which lasts till today, and these are the Afghan hounds. How did you start with the Afghans?
Yes, but I want to tell you, I have in 1968, I was 17 years old, and it came to our dog show in the Kennel Club de Chile. One of the beautiful Afghan who was shown and belonged to Norman Guidobro, Corbett.
Yes.
And of course, I fall in love with the dog, with the breed. I thought they were beautiful, and so elegant, so stylish. So in the same year, I bought my first Afghan from him. His name was Wilakos Siraki, was a cream beach. Later, 2 years later, I bought another very beautiful female, also for Norman. His name was Wilakov Black Fare. She was another, I finished her as a champion, and she came from a very, very famous kennel. His mother was Akabas Didi, from the Akabas kennel, was a very well-known kennel in America. So I started having Afghan at the same time. And I have had for all this year. And I started with that female. I started my breeding.
Yes.
But they were nice. They were at that time many people when starting the dog. We look for pedigree. If we have a pedigree who is all in red, father, that means they are all champions. We think is the best way to breed.
Okay.
But with the time, at that time, I learned that you can have a red pedigree, but there is not a bloodline. There is many good dogs, but many good things and bad things also. And it's very difficult to concentrate to have your type the dog, or you continue to have the dog to be more similar. So I tried to breed, but the results weren't
Great.
the spectacular thing that I was dreaming.
Yes.
So I work with that line, and then I decided to stop with that line because they have some things that I really don't want to have in my breeding. I like it, I wanted to have a dog with temperament. They have some little problem. So one day, traveling to Argentina to judge a dog show, and I visited my friend Adriano Bosa, who is a very well-known breeder, judge in Argentina, and he has a litter at his home of African. And he said he told me, "Do you like one of these puppies?" "Yes, of course I like. You can have with you." So, but there were 3 puppies in that litter, and he has a male with a broken leg.
Okay.
Was a male. So I said, I look and said, "And what are you doing with this male with the broken leg?" "Oh, I had to place. I don't know where, because had the broken leg. I will take back with me." So I bred the 2 brothers from that. And I have that in my line. I have all the Afghan from the Willacos line. But when the female, his name was Calandria del Cimarron. When she came in season, I look the male we have. They have all the dog with this beautiful pedigree, but they don't have these dogs have they were more wild, more. They have more elasticity. They can run and jump all the day. They have something that I was feeling they have something special. So when I have to breed that female, I decided to breed to his brother. Having different male, so I brought to his brother, and I have a beautiful litter with that, and I keep that. And the second generation from that litter, I use a dog from Lu Guerrero, a Genesis dog. And since that, they start producing Best in Show winner and Best in Show winner. And that is the start of all my line. So okay. I was...
So this is how it all started. Tell me, Ramon. We were talking a little bit about German Shepherds before. When you look to Afghans, of today, when you look Afghans on different continents today, what do you think that is the biggest problem in the breed today? When you look as a breeder or when you look as a judge?
Oh, for me, the biggest problem is the front. Many dogs have lost the front, and they have lost the typical Afghan movement. I see many of them are boring when they move. They don't use well his feet. You don't see the spring action. I think that is the main problem for me. Main problem.
And tell me
or in Europe, they have that problem.
Yes. And tell me in the same way, when you look at the good Afghan type, let's say in Afghan of a correct type, what it must be the first impression that you get when you see the breed?
Oh, well, that is standing is you have to have the proportion, the look of the Afghan, the top line, the arrogance, his eye looking through you. I think that is the first thing I look for an Afghan. And later we can go to the details, but also I want to see a dog with I can see the hip bones, because today I see many top line are flat and group is flat, which is not, I don't like. It's not correct for me.
Yes.
And then I can see a dog who can move, who can.
Yes, I like.
With the stylish of high order, and so that is very, very important for me.
Yes, I like how you say, and this is maybe the best explanation of the bad movement in Afghan and in many other breeds is when they move boring. This is, I think, we have so many dogs that are just boring, that they move but they are boring. And I think this is in many breeds starting to be a problem.
Yeah.
Tell me, Ramon. You manage now for so many years to breed top quality Afghans. Like it looks like you have this kind of a magic machine at home, and you just print them one after another. First of all, tell me how difficult the Afghans are to breed, and tell me in general, if you think now, what would you say that it's your key of the success to get good dogs all the time?
Well, I see Afghan is a breed. I think they don't have to be bred. Problem to be bred. They are healthy. They are the female are good mother. I think in that way there is no problem. But I think you have to be, when you start breeding, you have to be very careful. Never breed from a female or male who has bad temperament. The mother has to have a super temperament, because many times the mother teaches to his boys the comportment, the behavior with the strain, and you have a female who is very happy. That is excellent for the puppies. So temperament is very important. The health, Afghan is a breed who don't have, in general, big health problem. Or if you have a little problem, you have to try to clean that in your line. And I think for the people who want to breed, it's really important. Try to know the pedigree. When you have a pedigree who is all champion, that means nothing. That means it's important to have. For me, I try to follow my line breeding. All my dogs, I don't have any dog. Now I am 14 generation, 15 generation. All my dogs go back to this couple of dogs that I brought from my friend Adriano Bosa from Argentina. And that is my line, go for many, many generations. So I know they are healthy dogs, they are athletic dogs, they have the elasticity, they have the facility to move. And yes. I try to preserve that, but during the year, I try to do some improvement. If you ask me 20 years ago or 15 years ago, I have some problem with the top line. So I have to work in the top line. And now I think we are having very nice top line with beautiful neck set, with good layback on the shoulder. And also with Afghan has to be a square. but I want the square of the dog came from the good proportion. I want to have a very long rich cave and a short in the loin. And for me, it's very important also to have the hip bone, but a very long group, a long group. I don't want a group short or too flat or falling too much down. But in general, you have to have the balance.
Yes.
The balance.
Yes. Tell me, Ramon.
Also, you have to take care of the main characteristic of the breed. So it's very important to have the expression, the eyes, the underjaw, the top line with the hip bone, to have a long tail, to have big feet. So there, I try to preserve that main characteristic.
Yes. Tell me, when we are talking now about these two things, I had last week Gerard Gipping as a guest, and he was mentioning that a lot of people, a lot of judges think or look too much about this ring of the tail. Do you think that this ring of the tail is important, or you think it's something that is not so important?
I think the ring of the tail is a natural ring. Is something that we have to like that. If you have a natural ring tail, and to me, it's more important. Of course, I like the ring of the tail, but I like, and this was told me by my friend and one of the master of the Afghan, Mr. Michael Canalizo. He told me, I like a tail who is a strong tail, not a floppy tail. And he was all the reason. And he has all the reason also. One time I discussed with him, and he told me, when you have a tail who is bent for one side or is turned to one side, it's a big problem. You are not to have read away very easy from this problem. And with the time, I know he has reason. And so I want a tail who is strong, who always the dog was with the tail up, but no talking, no going to the back, just in the way he has to be.
Yes.
And regarding this point, I want to tell you a little story.
Tell me.
He came from German Shepherd. That in that part I learned about the tail. I went to buy a German Shepherd to one of the most famous kennel in Germany, and he has a puppy 6 months old, but he has a problem, a kink in the tail. The puppy was really nice, from top kennel in Germany. And so I said, well, he has an accident. My wife with the door beat the tail of my dog.
Yes.
So I said, oh, okay, no problem. I take the dog with me. 3 generations later, he is still producing the problem in the tail.
Yes.
So it was not the accident. It was,
of course. Yes.
So
it was something in the line.
So regarding the tail, it's important to have the ring on the tail, to have everything that the standard call, but not too much ring, but a strong tail is very important.
Okay. Tell me, Ramon, another thing when we talk about being a successful breeder. To many people, it happens that after some years of producing top winners, they become kennel blind. Tell me, how important is to be critical to your own dogs?
Oh, I think it's very important. I think it's really important, and I feel I am all the time trying to approach to the perfection. But I listen the comment from people in that way. I can repeat again. My friend Mike Canalizo, when he visited my kennel and we talked, and I ask him what I have to improve. Well, I will do this, and always I have to be my ears have to be open and listen to people who has experience, who have different point of view, because I want to improve all the time, and
Of
so
course.
that
Yeah.
is what's very important. You
Yes.
cannot be blind. You cannot be blind
Yeah. This is
if you
very
want to
important.
be good dog.
Yes.
And I think too, when you try to bring good dog, to create, you have to have the passion, the illusion, to dream to have the best dog, and try very hard to do that.
Yes, yes, I agree with you. Tell me, Ramon, you mentioned earlier that first of your top dogs actually came as a result of a very close line breeding, and you
Yeah.
say you use a lot of line breeding. This is something that is always controversial between people who are professional breeders and people who just look about breeding from outside. How important is the line breeding, and do you use outcrossing in your lines?
I use the line breeding. By example, I imported dog from the famous Boxer kennel, and this dog worked very well with my lines, but this dog also was a very close line breeding, him. And he worked perfectly with my line. But I have been more generation back and always try to go to my line. Now in the last time I used, in the maybe 6, 7 years ago, I used a dog 6 years, no, 4 years ago. I used a dog from Jay Hafford, the Towns Kennel in America, who is a great breeder, which I really admire his job he has done through the year, because he keep a similar type also, always. And I used to my female. In the first generation, I got a best in show winner, good result, very good result. But now in the second generation, I come back to my line, and you are going to tell me I am crazy, but but I feel I have had great result. I have a big hope in the future using in the second generation this dog, coming
Yes.
back to my line. I
I
want
will.
that when I talk about the dog from Jay Hafford, I can tell you that also that the Boxer and dog have been wonderful for my breeding, and they have the old Scandinavian type, they have the Elkirias bloodline, and they have the movement what we need to have. So there are two breeders I am so grateful.
Yes. What is amazing about you, Ramon, is that, and I think this is something that, and I hope that there are also some young generation of dog people who are watching this. That after so many years and so many litters and so many things, when you talk about your future and your puppies, you are still excited. You still have this passion. You still dream of the puppies and litters, and I think there is no way to breed good dogs if you don't have this passion. I think passion is such an important part of all this. Do you agree about that?
I feel the passion. I feel the passion, and I think to be a breeder, to do what you want. I think is, for me, I feel very grateful of the life to have with the dogs, because I have been all my life doing what most I like, and I have had so many great satisfaction in my life with the world of the dog, with the sport of the dog, with the result of the shows. And I have the opportunity to travel all around the world, invited as a judge, trying to give my opinion, my honest opinion all the time. I don't play game. I just do which I feel is the best. And so it's important to have the passion. It's important to do what you like.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, Andrew Brace says Ramon says it as it is, and we have both of you hugs from Adrian Landarte, another great friend of both of us. Let's for a while, let's say, to close this story about Afghans with the question about the colors. I'm not very familiar with the breed, but I have been reading a lot of discussions in the last few years about these panda marked dogs. How do you feel about that?
I haven't seen the panda dogs in person. I have seen photos, but to me, in photos, you lose all the expression in the head with the white mark. Even in my breeding, I know some other breeding have had some white mark in the head, which in the American standard, they don't like the white mark in the head. But even they have the white mark, I think it's different coat texture. They don't ruin the expression. And with the white mark, I think they ruin the expression. I will not use, never will use with that color in my breeding.
Okay.
But I want to tell you something.
Yes.
Not only I have been breeding Afghan and German Shepherd at the same time.
I know. This is my next question. I was saying let's shortly finish this story about the Afghans, because actually I want to ask you this: that what is actually amazing about you, that you have always had this interest in different breeds, in many different breeds, in breeds which don't look alike one to another, because even when you think about German Shepherds and Afghans, they look completely different. So tell me, Ramon, from your start, which other breeds did you breed and have at home?
Yes, I have been involved in many breeds, but I bred a Borzoi with a lot of success in the 70s. I bred many Best in Show winners with Borzoi, and I did really well with them. Later, I bred a standard poodle. I have my dog from Wendell Summit, Alekai Kennel in America, but also I got a dog from Carlos del Zarzoso, and and I was lucky to produce some American champion, international champion. I have a winning maybe for 4 or 5 years top dog in the country with a standard poodle of my breeding. And still I still keep some female. And okay. 2 years ago, the number 2 dog all breed in Chile was another standard poodle of my breeding. So I really like that, the standard poodle. And also for many years, I have the Maltese that they did a lot of success. Carlos Renault also has Maltese on my breeding, and he did very well with them in Spain. Mm-hmm. And so in the ranking for top dog in the country in Chile, I think at least 7-8 years we have the Maltese of my breeding and number 1 all dog all breed. So, but I am stopping with the Maltese because it's very difficult for me to take good care on the coast. So yes, that is a problem. And also, I have all English sheepdog, who were also number 1 dog in Chile for maybe 5, 6 different dogs, 5, 6, 7 years, winning the ranking with the all English. Also, I bred Chow Chows, and also I did the number one in the ranking. So I have been involved with many breeds, but I try to breed good quality dog, and dog could not be a champion. It has to be all breed best in show, have to be some superstar.
Yes.
So,
And tell me, Ramon.
Before that, I want to tell you,
Yes.
being together with the Afghan, I have had Shiba Inus for maybe 30 years, but always liked the Shiba Inu, but no, at the beginning were very difficult temperament, was very strong temperament. Now they are better. I got my first Shiba Inu from Mr. Toyosako Kariyabu from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I gave him a German Shepherd of my breeding. I gave him, and he gave me a couple of Shiba.
Okay.
So, but now my heart is very much with the Shiba Inu. So I hope in the future, I can produce something really spectacular.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I am working on that.
Okay. I think you are also going to be very happy to hear that also the president of the FCI, Mr. Tamas Shakel, is watching your interview, and he just left a note saying, "Good breeders are quiet and serious, not loud ones. They let the others to tell how important they are, not saying that themselves. I like the natural way that Ramon expresses his deep knowledge and passion. Chapeau. Where to listen the content and learn the style." So very nice comment from Tamas for you.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Tell me, Ramon, you were mentioning now different breeds. Which breeds now you have at home? Because I know you were breeding different breeds, but you don't have all of them at home anymore. What do you have now?
I have Afghan, I have Shiba, I have a few German Shepherd, I have Beagles.
Beagles?
Yes.
Okay.
And also I have Dachshund.
Okay. So you are trying now this a little bit to see what you... Yes. And tell me, Ramon, with all this huge experience that you have in different breeds, from the past till today, which breed did you find the most difficult to breed, and why?
I think from the breed I have had, Chow Chow were very problematic because the elbows, because the hip, because sometimes if you are too extreme, you have problem with the brinklets on the eyes. I think that, and also temperament who can be a little difficult
Yes.
for me in that time.
And another question for you, because you are so interested in different breeds. Is there one breed that you have never had at home and that you have never bred, but you would like to give it a try?
Azawad.
Azawaks.
Azawad. I love them. I love them. Yeah.
Yes, that can be a new challenge for you, Ramon.
But if I have Afghan in the same group, I cannot have another Saihound. So, but in my dream, I would like to have an Azawad. I think they are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I agree with you, and not so much care about the coat. So this is also much more easy.
Yeah.
Tell me, Ramon, you are a real dog person, a breeder. How does it look? Let's say a normal day of Ramon and of Van Houseman team, because I suppose you don't do all the things by yourself.
Oh, well, in the morning I start going. My home is in the same property than the kennel. From my home to go walking to the kennel is 5-6 minutes. So I have a property is 35 hectares.
Mm-hmm.
So I use one part for the kennel, one part for my home, and I rent the property to people who does gardening. They have they raise plants.
Okay.
We call viveros or nursery for plant. So
Okay.
I go walking to have my breakfast, go walking to the kennel. I look for my puppies and to control everything there. And then Juan Pio Milano is
Yes.
my handler and my friend. He lives in the same area where is the kennel. So maybe I have a coffee with him, and then we start looking the dogs and moving the puppies. And he start training in the morning some of the dogs, and we have a 4 person to take care of the coach. They are full time doing the washing the dog, giving bath, and grooming the dogs. So we spend the morning has gone with that. After we see the dog moving and training, we have lunch, and then we come back to the kennel again.
Yes. So it's a full-time job for everybody.
Yes, but we enjoy you have to like what you do.
Yes, absolutely. I agree about that. Tell me, Ramon, I read also somewhere that you consider yourself more or less a self-made breeder, that you didn't have a lot of people in the beginning who were mentoring how to breed, that most of the things in the beginning, of course, you learned by yourself. Was that difficult?
Yes, was difficult, but I used to be secretary, real steward, and I learned from many judges. I think one of the person at the beginning when I was very young, I have a veterinary judge from Uruguay, Dr. Santiago Ciandro, and he teach me a lot. He was a very nice man, and he teach me a lot. And so I think he first was the first person. I had a lot of experience with the German Shepherd people during my time going to all the show and competing. But for breeding, I think Mr. Ciandro will give me very good advice.
Yes.
And then I was myself. I was very interested to learn everything, read everything, every book I got from dog. I was reading. So always I want to have more information and to know about the different breeds.
Yes, yes. Diva Racera is saying Juan Pio is a hero, and you have also greetings from Dan Erickson with much respect. So you have a lot of important people watching you and enjoying your interview. Tell me, Ramon, when let's say about Afghans, because they obviously produce many puppies. When you have a litter of puppies, how do you choose the puppy that you are going to keep? How do you choose the puppy that you think is going to be your next star?
Well, first, I want to see the puppy when they are born, just born. So I try to do my first choice there. And then
When they are
when
born?
they are 2 Yes, the
And
same
what do you
day
look
they are
when they are
born.
born?
Oh, you can see everything. You
Yes?
can see we hold the dogs from the neck and the tail. You can see the angles, the upper arm, the lay back of the shoulder. You can see the rib cage, how long is in the loin. You can see the long on the croup. You can see the long on the tail. You can see the bone on the legs. So there are many things you can look, and
Okay.
they don't change. When you have the dog with the long loin, it's not going to change. But you have a very nice group, or very good lay back of the shoulder, and you feel the blade on the shoulder. You see how close are from the two shoulders. There are many things you can see. That is the first approach.
Okay.
After when they are 2 months old, you can see the dog. We stand the dog, we can see a stand, but also we want to see moving. When you have a dog who It's like on the feet, when they are 2 months, you already know. This is like on the feet, she can use the legs, she can move, he can jump, and very athletic. So, and after that, you have to wait and see when they are more mature. So you have to wait 6 months if they have all the teeth, if they have the temperament, if they have the movement. But usually when we pick at the 2 months, we know what will be in the future.
Okay. You have a comment from Macarena Robledo Thompson saying Mr. Ramon is not only really wise and knowledgeable, but also really humble, kind, and an awesome mentor, always willing to teach you and help you. So, tell me, Ramon, do you, when you have a top quality puppy, do you sell it for another breeder in the breed if they ask you?
If I have a top quality puppy, this dog go to live with Juan at his home.
Okay.
And he will finish to make a top quality dog.
But you sell your puppies to the breeders, to other breeders, or not?
No, if I have the best, I want to have the best for now.
Okay.
I am not selling puppies. I just I sell dog to only to one of person of my team in Germany, but in general don't sell puppies. But
Okay.
I have placed the dog with excellent people like Elizabeth and Sven Westerberg from Sweden, and they have 8 dogs from my breeding. All of them living at his home, have a wonderful life, and winning a lot. So
this is great.
So
okay, tell me, Ramon. We were talking a little bit about picking up the puppies, and are there any differences when you choose the puppies from different breeds? Are there different things? Do you look? Do some breeds change much more? Do some mature earlier? How different is to look puppies of different breeds?
Yes, but I want to tell you, not only different breed, they have different development, even in the Afghan. When I have dogs who are all my life very close, I know exactly. But when I have I have this dog from J. Hafford, the Towns dog, they are more slow to mature. The deep of the chest was not the same. They grow and they are only legs and no chest. But when they mature, they come back and feel the chest and the rib cage. So, but that I learned with the look in my puppy I studied during this time. At the beginning, I said, "Oh, this dog don't produce nothing. I don't like the rib cage. I don't like the loins. It's too long." The loins don't change, but the rib cage, the depth of the chest, and so even in the same breed, you have to know the line to make your pick. But I feel in other breeds like poodles, they don't change too much, in my opinion. When you have a dog who is square, who have the carriage, they have the beautiful tail set, you can see the bone behind the tail, and he's very good on the front, and he have a good rib cage. Difficult to change.
Yes.
You have to see the thing. You cannot think I have this puppy, and he don't have good angulation. I say, oh, when he matures, he's going to have a good angulation. Never forget about that.
Okay. But is there one thing that is crucial? Let's say for all the puppies, no matter the breed. Is there something that you always look in every single litter that you have at home? and that it's always important. Probably I would say temperament, because I see you really spend a lot of time thinking about temperament.
Yes, temperament is you don't have temperament, you don't have nothing. You have a wonderful body, no temperament, nothing. But in general, out of temperament, I want to see balance in general. I don't want to see a dog can be spectacular, but with a straight top line. I don't want. I want a balance front and rear, good proportion.
Okay. Tell me, Ramon, when you think about yourself as a doggy person, which part of your doggy life makes you the happiest? Breeding, judging, showing the dogs, or something else?
Breeding,
Breeding.
breeding,
So
and showing my own dogs.
So that's still your biggest passion.
Yes, yes. I get so nervous, so anxious. I get when I have one my dog in the ring.
Yes.
So, but that excitement, and I try to be quiet, but it's impossible.
Okay.
So,
Yes. Okay. We have few comments that I'm going to read you now, because otherwise I lose them later on. Rochelle Ehrlich saying, totally agree with picking first at birth, everything there. When they wet, don't change angulation from birth. Martin Crosser saying, absolutely wonderful mentor. We hear Bernardo Bücher Ragazzoni saying, let me see, saying, sorry, 1 second, because me and the computer, this is not very, very successful. Hello to all. I started breeding with von Hausmann female in 1986. We have the vice president of the FCI, Mr. Gerard Gipping, saying, excellent Afghan hound breeder with a lot of historical knowledge of the breed. We have a comment from Sven Westerblood and Elizabeth Leven. Thank you, Ramon, for all the fantastic Afghans we have got from you. You are the top breeder in the world. Marco Maria Scottis Cucci saying, very interesting, a master's lesson done in the simplest and most direct way. So nice comments for you, Ramon, for the moment. Tell me, let's move a little bit now from breeding. You mentioned that you have been involved for a long time with the Chile Kennel Club. Can you tell me a little bit about the dog breeding in your country? Let's say how many puppies a year there are in the country, how many shows you organize, what is let's say the normal entry in the shows in Chile for the people who have never been there?
Well, in the Kennel Club de Chile, in the last time, we have a good number of dogs at the dog show. A big for our country, for our population, and to be living in South America. But last year or the year before last, we have about 800 dogs in normal shows. In the big show international, we got about 1,200, which was a very good number for our area. And there are many in Chile. Interesting is there are many young people trying to do a good breeding. There are some good quality dog in different breed. We have people who is. I think that we have. I feel that we have good future with the dogs and the sport in Chile. We have usually one show per month, but this is 3 different shows in one weekend. 3 shows during the weekend, and we have so many international judges, many South American judges, and I think we are improving every time in the organization. The show will start at 9 o'clock. Everybody's ready at 9 o'clock. So we are improving a lot. The people, the board of in charge of the club, they are doing a very good job, I think.
Okay. Tell me, Ramon, if someone would ask you, I want to go as a tourist to Chile, what would you say to him? Why to come to see your country?
Where to come?
Not where, why?
Why?
Yes. Why to
Well,
visit Chile?
Chile, we have a wonderful weather. We have a very nice spring, summer. Even the autumn is very nice. And so you have a nice weather. You have very nice wine. The food and the seafood is delicious. So, and I think the people is, the Chilean people has good hospitality. So you should come, and everybody who want from the dogs people who want to visit House Van Kennel, you are very welcome.
That's nice of you, Ramon. That's always nice to hear that you are ready to get new people and to show them your dogs, because I think this is very important. We have a comment that I suppose is going to be also very special for you from Juan Pio. He says, "I am proud of my mentor. It is my honor to learn from him." So you have from both sides a deep respect one from another.
Thank you, Juan.
Ramon, let's now talk a little bit about you as a judge. How much do you enjoy judging?
I really enjoy judging. I like judging, especially when we go to place when you have some nice quality dog and they make to think and to work in your head and to say the reason why this is the best and the other, and you have to nice deep of quality. I really enjoy when you have a class of dog who are not good quality and they are boring and no good choice. You say, what I am doing here? Why I can do anything else? But in general, I enjoy when you have nice quality dog. I really enjoy.
Okay.
And to have the opportunity when I go to the dog show, I meet many people we have common interest, and you can exchange opinion with the other judge. And always we learn a little bit from each other.
Yes. Tell me, Ramon, when you judge the dogs, and when you look at the dogs, which, for example, you would like to buy or use for breeding, do you look them in a different way, or you look them always in the same way?
No, when I go and see a dog, I look always in the same way. I think I want to see the quality. To me, it's more important to see the virtues, the overall impression, to see that he's close to the standard of his breed, and so always has to be something that attract your attention, because not for his fault, because his quality.
Yes. Tell me, Ramon. We were talking a little bit with the judges that I had as my guests about how difficult it is to judge the dogs in some countries when they actually are completely different type than what you are used. For example, let's say English Springers in the USA and English Springers in Europe or the UK, or let's say Golden Retrievers, or the breeds which are so different in types, but still they are called the same breed. How difficult is to judge these dogs?
Yeah, I think it's a kind of difficult, but you have to know the standard and your interpretation of the standard in your head. And I think in that way it's important to see the two sides. It's like that's happened to me when I go to judge German Shepherd in America, and I judge in Europe or in all the part of the world. But also even in the American, even I don't like his style, but I can see he has virtues and quality for his type that can improve the quality for the breed. So you have to be a little open mind to see where are you judging and what kind of dog you prefer.
Okay, and when you are invited to judge, let's say which one is the breed that you like the most to judge, and which breed you find extremely difficult for you to judge.
I like to judge the most of the breed when I have been involved in breeding, of course, because I think I have more experience and I can do a better job. I like to judge all the Saihan. I like to judge the group 9. One of my favorite group. I like to do the shepherds in general. So the only thing I am not so familiar and is the terrier group in general.
Yes,
I don't know for which reason most of the invitation I got to just are terrier group. So I have to study a lot. I do every time I go to judge to any place in any part of the world. I have my standard book and I read and study all the standard all the time. I don't matter where I give a lecture to the standard. And because there are breed I have not been involved in, but I want to be an opinion with acknowledgement, to see the detail on the breed, and I respect too much the exhibitor who pays his money to have your opinion. I hate when judges are so light, they don't have any idea of some breed and go and play the game and act if they were judging. I really hate that. I want to have a judge who give an honest opinion and with acknowledgement.
Yes, and you mentioned this.
Sorry to tell you.
Tell me.
I think that is a big problem that I feel we have, because we have many judges who go to judge just because they are president of the club, because they have, and they play the game with political invitation, and they care about traveling and having good friends, but not respecting the exhibitor. I think the exhibitor needs to be respected. They have to have opinion with acknowledgement. They have opinion with experience. I think it's the only way we get more exhibitor and our sport can grow.
Yes, this is a little bit now what you said. It's going forward a little bit to my next question, because there are nowadays, as you say, a lot of judges who have never been actually breeding a lot, who have never been showing the dogs a lot. Is this part of your doggy life with breeding, with getting excited about puppies, with showing your dogs under different people, does this give you a completely different idea of how you need to treat the people when you are judging?
I think can be part of that. I can see. I have been in the ring. I have. You know, when you are ringside and they just enter in the ring, you see with his hand, he will show you what he's looking for, what he's doing, what he's looking in the breed. I have been many times sitting ringside to see Mr. Hans Lettinen. And from the ringside, you will know, oh, I was in the heaven when I see him judging. You saw perfectly what he's looking for, what point of the standard he's checking. And you see, he showed everything he was doing.
Yes.
But so I think that is very important. You know, the people from ringside, there are people who doesn't know nothing, but there are people who really appreciate when they see the judge checking the main point. You see, they are concentrate. To me, that is fantastic. I saw that with people like Mr. Lettinen, people like Espenen. He's concentrate. You see, he's trying to do his best job, trying to give an honest opinion. In America, you can see Mr. Ed Vivin also. I respect a lot. Maybe at the end we cannot agree but they try to do his best in the ring.
Yes, and tell me, Ramon, you said earlier I don't play any games, and but it is normally people speak a lot about when judges are showing dogs. Tell me how difficult it is for you, for example, when you are judging and one of your judges colleagues show under you, or do you think that sometimes for your colleague judges is difficult when you show under them?
To me, I have to judge the dog. I don't care who is the handler. When I have my dog, I never go. I used to go, of course, but no, I have my handler because I don't go because I old and fat and I not running well. But I would love to do. I would like to do, but I have my handler. So my handler show my dog, or people from my team show the dogs. So, but I feel you have to judge the dog. Don't care about who is handling the dog. Sometimes I can have a dog who is not the best quality, and he don't give me a trophy. I don't care. I don't deserve. I know I don't deserve. So,
okay, yes,
I have to give my opinion.
Yes. Tell me. Then let's say stay a little bit on the similar subject. Do you think that there is a lot of politics in judging nowadays?
I think you have both. You have great judges. You have super judges. They are honest. They give his opinion. And there are people who play the game. There are people who are president of the club, who are in the board of some club, and they make the invitation and exchange traveling. We cannot stop that, or I hope we can stop, but still there are great judges okay, that you can respect his opinion.
And tell me, Ramon, another subject today that people are talking a lot. When you think about professional handlers, do you think they are good or they are bad for the sport?
I think that we need the professional handler, and I think the professional handler through the years, I can talk about America. Through the year, they have been doing really extremely well for many breeds. When you have a professional handler who has a good breeder, who has, or not a good breeder, who has a breeder who has the money, he had the desire, they want to be breeding good dog, but they don't have the eyes, they don't have the sense, they are not they don't have the acknowledgement to start breeding good dog. Many times a good handler can make you a top breeder because his advice, because his experience with the eye for the dog. So I think it's very good in many cases to breed good dog, to have a good handler who gives you the advice.
Yes.
I can talk about some of my friends in America. My best friend for many years was D. Shepherd, a very famous and very young, talented man who showed Maltese and Shih Tzu and breed Shih Tzu. And maybe the breeder, they don't know really very well how to breed and how dog to use, but he gives his advice, his opinion. I say use this because he has a wonderful coat and he has good construction. and they listened to him, and they were the top breeder in his breed.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I think it's very important.
Yes. And when we talk about the judges, what do you think is the most important quality that one judge should have?
Honesty and acknowledgement.
Yes. Okay.
I respect many because that reason.
Yes. Yes. I agree. I think that knowledge and honesty are definitely the two most important things for a good judge. Tell me, Ramon, on which continent you like to judge the most and why? Because you have judged all around the world. Do you like to judge in South America? Do you prefer USA? Do you like Europe, Australia, Japan, Asia in general? Where do you like it the most?
I really like the most the Scandinavian countries because the deep of the quality of his dog.
Yes, yes. Tell me, Ramon, would you ever judge a dog bred by you? And if yes or if no, why?
No, I haven't judged a dog of my breeding. I think because the regulation don't permit to judge your own breed. And if I have a dog of my breeding, I didn't. I wouldn't like it to do that.
Okay. Okay, Ramon. Now we have a few quick questions, which are usually difficult to answer for the people. But before we start with that, I will read you just a few comments. Michael Canalizo says, "I've been driving all day, but I will watch all of my friends' great works later." You have Tina Viscari saying, "Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Agree with you in so many things." Erica Hellman saying, "Wise man, outstanding breeder." Diego Garcia saying, "The one and only Mr. Hound, true dog man. My respect to Ramon. Big hugs, great interview, Ante." So I'm happy that a lot of important people are watching to us, and let's now try to do these quick questions for you. Tell me, Ramon, the best show you ever judged. One show that you will never forget.
Well, I think I will never forget judging the Group 9 at the World Show in Finland, and having a very, very big group. And my best in group was the Pomeranian, who later came best in show.
Papillon.
The Papillon.
Yes.
The Papillon. That to me was really very exciting.
Okay. Best in show lineup you have ever judged?
I think the best, maybe Back County in America. I have the top dog from the nation for the final for best in show. And my best in show was a wonderful standard poodle, white, who was that standard poodle was a daughter to Alekai Mikimoto, who Mikimoto was by Gordon, the dog from Spain,
from Carlos. Yes.
From Carlos. Yes. So that was very exciting and very difficult because I have the top dog from America in the ring.
Tell me, Ramon, the favorite Afghan of all times for you, not bred or owned by you.
Difficult, but I can tell you, to me, the more impressive Afghan I have seen is Boy Blue of Grandeur. I saw him many years ago at the Florida circuit with Sunny Che. And when I saw the dog standing in the ring like a king, he has pattern in his feet, but the way he looked, the way he stand was something. It's something fantastic. I have the same feeling. I cannot forget that. It was absolutely fantastic.
Okay. And which dog of your own breeding would you consider to be the best dog you ever bred?
Oh, very difficult, very difficult. I have many, but well, I have Nasira, is 5-time world champion. So it's a big record, and she did a lot of winning many times. And I have Rashid, who was top dog in England. But I think the future is already coming, and I have a young female and a young male that I think they will be absolutely fantastic. So I am waiting for my future.
That's always nice. Always is better to look in the future than in the past. Tell me, Ramon, the favorite win that you made with your own dogs. Something that you will never forget.
Well, there is something that I will never forget is the win with my German Shepherd, Rashid von Haumann. That was in the year 83. I was about 30 years old, and this was the Latin American Championship. At that time, all the German Shepherd club, picked 2 dogs to represent his country from all Latin America. And that show was held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The judge was the president of the SFAO, Mr. Herman Martin, and compete the top dog from different countries. And I was the breeder, owner, and handler of the dog. And in the competition, some of the breeders of the competitor bring some handler from Germany to compete, and I showed my own dog, and I won. That was the biggest emotion I have in all my life. I cry, but it took me forever. So yes. I think that was a big show.
Okay, tell me, Ramon, one dog person who is not alive anymore and you really miss.
But there are many. There are many.
I know. Well, I mean, you have mentioned already Carlos, and you have mentioned Norman, and you have mentioned Hasse Lehtinen.
Yes, to me, Carlos was a very special person. Carlos was really a nice man. I miss him a lot.
Yes, many people give that answer.
But also, I miss a lot. I have a great friend in America who was a wonderful person. It was Mr. Council Parker, and a good friend in Canada, Mr. Max Magder. I miss him every day. And also I miss a good man from Australia, Bob Curtis. I think was a great man.
Yes. In the last few years, unfortunately, I think we have lost a lot of very important people in the dog world. But let's hope the future will bring some people like who will be at some point like they were to us. I hope for that.
Yeah. Yes.
Tell me, Ramon. Yes. Tell me, Ramon. When you think of one breeder that you have seen him breeding dogs for a long time, and you always get impressed by the quality of the dogs, and one breeder that, for example, you represents everything what you want to see in the breeder. One from South America and one from the rest of the world. Who would you choose?
Mm-hmm. Good question, but I think there are many good breeders. I think through the years in Brazil, I like Pedroso, the Dachshund breeder.
Mm-hmm.
In Uruguay, I like the boys from El Retorno, Adriana and Jorge. They are good breeders. All the time they have beautiful quality. Argentina used to have many top breeders, but they are not anymore. But still there is a lady who breed the Whippet, Jacqueline Quiroz. She's a good breeder. All the time she continues breeding good quality. And also
the rest? Yes.
In Argentina also is a good breeder, Gerardo Paulucci. He bred beautiful Old English, very nice, beautiful Schnauzer. So there are some in South America. Ahora, the rest of the world, I think, who is doing a wonderful job is the David Fitzpatrick with the Pekingese.
From America, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me now another difficult question, Ramon, for you. One person, one judge who is still actively judging, which you incredibly respect and which always impress you by his judging and the knowledge about the dogs and the honesty. One from South America and one from the rest of the world.
Only one.
Well, okay. Ideally, you can say 3.
In my own country, there is a very good judge, and he has been involved all his life in dog. Also, is Mario Divani. He's a very good judge. But in all Latin America, my favorite judge is Adrian Landarte. Adrian Landarte and Jorge. Adrian is fantastic judge, very honest, very good sense of the quality. I like very much. But there are some good judges also in Argentina, like Jacqueline Quiroz, Gerardo Paulucci, Francis Smith, Patricia Alsina. And in Brazil there are good judges too. No many, but there are Antonio Capistrano, Fernando Quiles, Fabio Morin, Arnaldo Medeiro, José Arnaldo. There are some good judges, and I like from America. I really like I like it. Franzabella, of course, Franzabella, Edvidi, and for Afghan or in general, is a good judge, Michael Canalizo. And
now let's say a few from Europe.
From Europe, I will say from UK, Frank Kane and Andrew Brace, of course. And then I will say Dan Eriksson in Sweden. I will say Paul Stanton in Sweden. I think I respect him very much. Of course, Kari Järvinen. Stefan Sinko in Slovenia. Espen in Norway. What else? Tamas in Hungary. So I think they are judged from the similar generation, and they have. I think we can respect them very much. I don't want to forget. I like very much Rui Oliveira from Portugal, and I like the José Homem de Melo also in Portugal. I think they are good judges. And from Australia, I will say the Guy Españolo is a super judge, a super breeder.
Yes. So Ramon, you are making a big problem now for me, because I was always pressing my guests that they can say only one name, and now you have said so many that next time when I say only one name, they will say, no, Ramon said a lot of names, so I want to say also a lot of names.
But yes, all of them, I think that people, we can learn of them, we can respect, and they are great dog people.
Yes, but I mean, I can agree. I don't know all the judges that you have mentioned, but some of them are really these people from this, let's say, gold generation, who really have a lot to offer as judges, and with the knowledge and everything. I completely agree about that. Tell me, Ramon, one dog that you have judged and you will never forget him. Doesn't matter from which breed. You don't need to say the name. You can just connect him with your judging appointment.
I think the Papillon.
From the World Show.
From World Show, yes.
Okay.
The dog impressed me the most.
Yes. Tell me, okay, I will read just two comments because if I don't read them now, then later on I lose them. Dimitris Antonopoulos saying passionate and honest words that missing so much from our hobby. Then you have Monica Ferrari saying great to hear you, Ramon. What were your learning tools from the beginning, and what do you think was the most important? So something that you have learned in the beginning and that you felt it was the most important thing that you have learned about the breeding.
Well, the most important, I think, never use a dog with a bad temperament. Never.
Yes. That's great. That's great advice. Tell me, Ramon, and again, you will say to me that it's impossible to say only one thing, but try to put it somehow. One thing that you would still like to achieve in your doggy life, something that you see as a goal in the future.
My goal is to be at the moment to be a successful breeder with the Chivas right now.
Okay, so this is a new plan.
My new plan for the future.
Okay, tell me, Ramon. We have only a few more questions. We have been almost 1 hour 45 minutes, but the time really with you pass quick because you are so honest and so interesting that I completely lost the time. Tell me, when you think about the whole sport today, what do you think are the biggest threats that are facing the pure dog, the world of the purebred dogs?
The main stress?
Yes, the main threats to our sport. What do you think what can be the biggest problem for the breeding and for the shows in the future?
Yeah, I think I am feeling that there is a lot of problem with the people who with the right animal, with the people is complaining about everything. They are going to give you too much regulation. If I go to my kennel club, I cannot do an inbreeding. I have to ask permission. Too many problems. And I think when you are doing the things and try to do honestly and you try to breed better dog, I think it's not fair that the people who has no any experience in breeding or showing dog can to tell you what to do. I think we will be best to do our own mistake and try to learn from our mistake. Yes, I think it's the way to do in order to improve.
Yes, I agree with you. I think one of the biggest problem at the moment is there are people who are making regulations have no experience about the regulations that they are making. This is the big problem. Yes, and talking about this, tell me, Ramon, how do you see the future of the sport?
I can talk about Chile right now. I think here we have many young people, many people really interested in to breed dog, to show dog, and to learn how to be judged. Learn. There is a good number of young people, so I feel confident we are going to have a future. We are going to have a future. We need good leader. We need a good club, with board of the club who give a good advice, and I think we can survive all this crisis.
Okay, tell me, Ramon, as somebody who has been extremely successful as a breeder, as a handler, as a judge, what would be your main message to somebody who wants to become successful in the dog world?
I think it's very important to learn for the people who knows. Try to educate yourself, to read the most you can do. Try to not to be blind, and you need everything need the time. If you do anything with your heart, with all your passion and you put all together, you will be successful.
Okay. Tell me, Ramon, if you could go back to the past, is there something that you would like to change about your doggy life?
No, I will change anything. I am so happy. I never change anything. If I have to born again, I will be a breeder again.
Wonderful. This is very, very nice of you to say. And let's say, Ramon, my last question for you tonight, and I know more or less what is going to be your answer. Could you ever imagine your life without dogs?
No, impossible.
Impossible. So you are going to stay devoted to the dogs till the rest of your life.
Sure, but
Yes. Nothing. Ramon, I want to say to you that I know you have been a little bit nervous before the interview, and that you were saying that you are not perfect in English and that you are a little bit shy and everything. But I can tell you that the interview was amazing, and you were amazing. And it's not only your knowledge and your passion for the dogs, but it's everything what you say is so, in a way, I think it's such an inspiration for everybody who wants to be successful in the dog world. And I want to thank you for your honesty, for your knowledge, for everything that you have shared with us. I have really, it has been almost 2 hours, but for me it has passed like 2 minutes, and I have really enjoyed every minute of it. And there have been a lot of viewers, a lot of comments. You can read them and see them later on. So once again, from all of us, from my team and from the viewers, thanks a lot. We have comments of people saying such an interesting interview, a wonderful, honest and knowledgeable dog person. Another person saying amazing interview, thank you so much. Racera Divo Racera saying great interview, congrats, and many other people. You will be able to read it. Thank you so much, Ramon. I wish you, first of all, to stay safe and healthy in this crazy time. And then, of course, what I wish you is a lot of success in your goal with breeding some top quality Shiba Inus. I think this is something that you are going to work hard on. And tell me for the end of the interview, just one message for the dog people. What are your feelings about the dog world, and why is it that you have loved so much this world and that you would never change it?
well, thank you for the interview, and to all my friends and to all the dog people around the world. I would like to say, please do your best, do what you would like, and have faith in the future. If we do what we want, we like with our heart, we will succeed. We are going to have to be the winner. So
Yes.
Good luck to everybody.
Thanks, Ramon. This is a great message for the end of one great interview. It was my absolute privilege to have you today with me, and I wish you a lot of success. And more than anything, I hope that we are going to meet soon somewhere on one of the dog shows around the world. Thank you, Ramon. Good night to everybody, and see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.